Welcome back, guys. I was going to do another video again so soon, but I've decided to do this boot skin. So I've just got the Escort out warming up, take it for a drive to Newcastle. Got to warm it up for a while. It just runs like a dog when it's cold. E85 doesn't help at all, but so I was hoping to just leave this boot skin as it is, but then after looking at it again, it's got like a high spot in the middle. So you see how it pushes down like that. It's not much, but yeah. And it's got a hole here, hole there, and a hole over there. So I'll take the skin off and then I'll put little patches in there. But let's open this boot up. So yeah, you see the gap. It probably isn't meant to close up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a bit of research, but it'd be a good idea to do it properly and just go over it, make sure she's sweet. Knock some of these dents out too. But I've run out of the hardener for the epoxy, so I've got this stuff here as well. Had that for a while. I'll get some hardener for that. There's still probably a little bit in the bottom. But yeah, this boot, it's really one of the last things I really need to do. I actually I got the back window, the original GS back window for this. It's got the top chrome strip stuck to the window rubber, but someone told me that the original rubber fits way better in the aftermarket one, so I've got it out of storage in my house, in my unit, and I had a look at the rubber's really hard, so I'm gonna have to look at ways of softening the rubber, but I'll look at my options. But I was just having a look at it and see how well it fit this back window, back window recess, because I know this car if you go back from my older videos, the parcel shelf was almost gone. There was not much left of the boot seal, so I've had to do some dramatic changes to repair it all. So I'm a little concerned that, you know, I'll go do the body work and I, you know, get the car ready, give it a coat of paint, and then I go to put the back window in and then find out, you know, it doesn't fit up too well due to the Rare Spares rear lower window section. So, but I'll get onto that later. For now, I'll just go pick up some paint stocks and I'll get back into it. Pulled up here at Autolac in Cardiff in Newcastle. So I bought some plastic wrap for prevent overspray. Got this hardener. It's got multi-purpose finish for cleaning up. So I've got the activator. So now there's probably a little bit left, the epoxy paint and that. I was using this reducer in the past. It thinned the paint out enough. So in the developers GPI spray gun, it's a UK spray gun. I've got 3 different fluid tips. I've got 1.8, 1.6 to 1.4. So I'll use the 1.4, turn the pressure up, and then get a nice, really smooth finish. And that way you could get a good indication of where your bumps are, and it just looked heaps nice. It was good, but I won't worry about this time. My main focus is using this to protect the bare metal areas long term. So like under the boot lid, boot skin, that sort of stuff. So got that sorted. Escort went like a dream. It's only got 12 pounds of boost at the moment. I'll turn it off. I disconnected the boost controller. So yeah, just reliability, because yeah, it starts breaking now when you're on too much boost, and it can't be good for it. So yeah, I've got my multi-purpose thinners for cleanup. Sikaflex nozzles, got them from Bunnings. I've got more of these flap discs from Bunnings, they're really good. And I also got these 3M cutting discs. So they look like they're really thin to measure them compared to ones that I've got. They're actually made in Poland, so they're like $3 something each. So, but they're 3M products, they're just awesome. I never had any problem doing them. So I got these, went to the pet shop, bought these little syringes. So what I do, I use these to suck the paint out of the tin, and then you can accurately measure it. Then you can mix up small amounts of paint to do smaller jobs and that. Obviously it's useful doing big jobs, but they don't last very long, but they're only cheap, like 90 cents each or something, I don't know. That, yeah, these more of these little suckers, 80 grit. I was gonna buy a big box of them, but it's not really much point. I've almost finished the metalwork in this car. Almost. A little bit more to do, but I also got this masking overspray film. I had a roll of this in the past and it was so handy for the car. Obviously you use it, put over your car, cut around the windows, tape it and all that sort of stuff. But you could also use it for covering up your benches and that, where you don't want to get overspray, because once I start doing the bodywork in the shed here, it's going to get pretty messy. So I like to protect the areas rather than get bog dust everywhere. I'll get into it, do the bodywork, and then clean up end of the day. Just easier. And I also found this stuff really good to, you make like a curtain on the roof, so you get less fallout, dust and crap on the paintwork. So yeah, all is good, but today's more or less just it's just a preparation day, just getting ready. It's Friday now. I've got to pick up my son from school soon. So today was just, yeah, buying more consumables and stuff and getting ready. But tomorrow I've got soccer. It's in Newcastle, drive back to there again, and yeah, take him to soccer, and then I might be able to get into it in the morning, or maybe just get into it tomorrow afternoon, then Sunday, then Monday's night shift, so see how I go. But I'm pretty keen to sort this boot out. Definitely need some attention. It's Friday night. My son's playing Grand Theft Auto 5. He's absolutely loving it. He told me to go outside and play in the shed. I'm like, I don't have a problem with that, mate. That's awesome. So decided to take this boot lid off. So the beauty of this rotisserie, I can tilt the car over and I can get inside the boot without having to open the roller door, because it's pretty damn cold here at the moment. So yeah, I'll get up there and yeah, simply just take the boot off. But what I'll do first, I've just got this small drill, and gonna drill little witness holes on these boot arms, just in case, you know, when I had a lot of problems with this boot trying to get lined up, and it's just a nightmare trying to get it in the right position. So to save myself the time and drama, I'll just put little holes there, and that'll help, I reckon. Then I'll just simply take the boot off, put on these stands, and just, yeah, start taking the skin off. I don't think it'll take me too long, but I might have the problem with trying to get this to separate, so I'll just have to get put something in there to lever it. But as people might know, Ford Escorts, they're a UK sort of European car, so there's not much information here in Australia about, you know, what you can do with the motors and stuff. So I've got a conversation going now in a Facebook group and a Z-Tech group, and basically they're talking about, you know, I put a post up asking about what sort of power I can get out of the Z-Tech motor and what's the next weakest link, and they're telling me that the oil pump gears will shatter, and I've already got the billet oil pump gears, and I'm like, what the hell? I know in the Ford Barras and the Ford modular motors, they have the same problem. You should put billet gears in the oil pumps and then they don't shatter, but the Z-Tech guys said you start getting crank walk and all those sort of dilemmas, so they reckon I should run an external oil pump, which is another $3.5 grand, but they reckon the factory crank's really good. So I'm exploring the ideas. I do not want to grenade that motor, because yeah, I'll just keep putting money into it, and I'm just looking at what I can do. But I think it's starting to make sense now that if I'm going to chase really big power of that Escort, I'm going to have to look at external oil pump. But yeah, it's going to have to wait. But it doesn't matter. This has got priority at the moment. So I've got the boot off the car, as you can see, and now I'm going to look at starting to lift this lip up. So there's a bit of rust around here, but it's hard to tell where the spot welds are, so I'll just I'll get onto that, give it a quick hit. I'll go from this direction. It's a bit easier to go this way because I'm right-handed. Lacking room at the moment. Usually I put stuff outside. It's a bit hard when it's bloody cold out there. So that lip's starting to come up. So I think that might have been a spot weld there. I'll wait and see. No, not a spot weld. I was going to drill that. It's not necessary. See, it's starting to rip there. Not good. I don't think it's enough for me to get me tool in there. The best part about this tool, it sits in this area really good. Works in my favour. Let's have a go at this. Yep, starting to come up. Yep, now it's in the spot weld. See, it's starting to hit there. Fix that up. Right, get into that a little deeper. It's obviously hasn't got it properly. Probably hit another zip tie, another spot weld. It's hard to tell because of the rust there. Usually it's really easy, but now it's smooth sailing. I think that there might be a spot weld there. I'll just get in here anyway. Now it's coming up. I'll just stop for a sec. I'll have to put gloves on. Gotta start hurting my hand with holding that thing. Give it a spot. So I've got the one that I done a recording of shortly, not long ago, and I've just knocked out this and the other side. You just have to remember when you're doing this, you have to make sure that you make sure you get all the edges up, because if you leave anything like this edge here, you have to get it into the screwdriver to get it out. But now I've just got this one along here, and then yeah, I should be, it's already starting to, like, it lifts up pretty easily. Oh, there's something on there. It's just, I think there's, yeah, a bit of filler on the body dent, the stuff they put in here. But yeah, that's what's holding it down here, but the other side wants to come off. So I'll just do this strip across here, and then we'll look at seeing what we have to do to get the center up. So I've got up to the point where I can literally pull this inner shell out. So all I've done was lift it up from the corners and then just held it down, like pushed down on that, and just slowly worked it, and it's coming off. I couldn't get this lip up properly. It was turning into a bit of a mission. I mean, I could have, but I thought it wants to come out anyway, and once this is out, then I can get under it, lift it up properly, and square up the edges properly. So let's see what's under it. It's a 1974 model car, so it's been around for almost 47 years, so let's see what's underneath it. From what I can gather so far, it's just rust. So it's a good thing that I'm pulling it apart. Let's see what it looks like. I think it's grabbing the spot wall or something. Yep, there's a spot wall in this corner. I'll just fix that up, and we'll get back to it. So I fix that. Not that bloody. Not really fixing it, but yeah, getting rid of it. It's really hard to drill out spot welds on this. I think it's what Graham said, the XA Coupe guy. His channel, he said something about using the high-speed drill. I've just been using my Ryobi cordless because I burn out my 240 volt drill. So I'll make do with what I've got. Alrighty, that's it then. Look at that, wow. Look at that, wow, look at the rust. They've gone apeshit. Look at that. They put the sealant on, just sort of thrown it everywhere. Massive rust job. But overall, it's been pretty good, I reckon. Certainly better than some of the boots I've seen on the internet. All right. All I have to do now is get the strip and disc, and just to go apeshit, clean it up, fix up all the edges, and yeah, coat it with epoxy, and I can put it back together. But I've got to fix up all those rust holes too. I might wrap it up for tonight. I went inside the house a minute ago, and my son said he's getting bored, so it didn't take long. Oh. Just got back from Newcastle, take my son to soccer. Now I can get back into this boot. So what I'll do, I'll fire up the air compressor. I'll get this paint stripping disc, and then I'll just start stripping this back. It's going to take a while, but get this time-consuming labour sort of stuff over and done with. Then I can start mucking around it, cleaning it up, and like getting rid of the dents and stuff, fixing up rust holes. Yeah. 7 o'clock in the morning. Up bright and early. I've actually been up way earlier than this. I just on my second coffee now to wake up properly. So what I've done, I've left this boot skin and frame to sit overnight. Rust converter's done its thing. So what I'll need to do, I think there's a bit of burnt orange paint in there. I'll have to have a look at that. But I've got terps as directed by the rust converter. The rust converter instructions, you just give it a good clean now. and then I can start doing the rust repairs. I've got the bonnet cleaned up. I've got rust sections I need to put into it now, so I'm trying to find the quickest way of doing it. So I've got these Milwaukee hole saws, so I'm going to hole saw straight onto this, which is use metal screws to hold down this piece of wood. And then that way I'll make it really quick. Unfortunately, of this one, this hole saw is a pretty big one, so the rest of the holes in the bonnet are pretty small. Bloody Willy Wagtail being cheeky. So righto, I'll just put a hole in here now. It's stuck in there. But gotta can that idea. Too much gap around it. It's gonna be a nightmare. Try to weld that up. It's actually gonna take longer. If that was like 1 millimeter, that'd be sweet, but it obviously wanders a fair bit. So yeah, these are the holes. These are only tiny, like shouldn't have problems getting them ones. So what I'll do, I'll just have to I can actually hole saw these out. I just have to make the sections that go into it. So it's all good, just more time. Well, I've done, I've got the neck size up and cut another hole. And then I used the piece out of that. I only had to dress probably 2 mil off the outer sides, and yeah, it fits in beautifully. I don't know, these ones look pretty small. I reckon I'll just put copper behind it and just weld it up. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take my time, because any sort of heat in this area, it's gonna have dramatic effect on what it looks like when I go to paint it. I'll have to put more filler or whatever, expand and create a big high spot, and then I'll have to heat it up and shrink the metal, so I'll just have to take my time with this. It's an area where you can really see too, you know, the upper sides of the car. So just going over the welder, I'm gonna muck around the amps, wire speed and stuff. I'm gonna have to yeah, turn down as low as I can. But yeah, this welder has been really good to me. I can't open that because this trolley's the sort of, it's not really designed to have such a big bottle on it. But the reason I've got such a big bottle on this is because I tried to get the neck size down, swap it out from Sydney Tools into a warehouse, and they just didn't have any, so I had to go the neck size up or go down to that one, but that's just useless. Only lasts bloody a day. So yeah, in the door here, it's got all these different settings for the size wire you've got, the metal, and it gives you a guide of what sort of amperage to run. But I keep this little bottle here, is straight argon, so when I'm welding aluminium, I can just put aluminium wire in it, and she's sweet. But yeah, I've noticed these are starting to get cheaper. This one's like 150 amp, but you can get like 130 amp, I think they are, from Sydney Tools for really cheap, like around 400 bucks or something, which I think is pretty good, because back in the day, in the 90s, when I was working on cars, to have a MIG welder was like a massive luxury. Like if you had one, you're like, yeah, plenty of friends. So we'll get started on this now. I'll set the camera up so you can all see it. I just stress the high sides of these welds, so you can't get in between them properly. You're just going to be creating more weld and not get into the actual gap itself. So I won't bother filming this because I reckon the camera's going to vibrate like crazy. Just welding up these rust holes, and I didn't worry about putting copper underneath it, but just the amps are turned down that low, you can just take your time with it, but you can see zero distortion. It's really good. Yeah, sweet. So I'll have to do this one, and found another one over here. It looks like, oh yeah, another one. Yeah, if this boot was available as like you get a new skin, I definitely would have jumped on it. I know with the a lot of the old Holdens, like Kingswoods and that, when I was at Summernats, I noticed a lot of the replacement sections, even for like the XW, XY, Falcons and stuff. But yeah, these coupes mustn't be enough demand for them. Spewing. Surprising, I know so many people in the area who've got coupes. Like within 15 kilometres of where I live, I can think of at least 2, and within the 60 kilometre radius it'd be 30 easy. But yeah, it's funny thing happened yesterday. I was talking to a fella at soccer, one of the fathers. I drove the Escort there to Warner's Bay, and yeah, this fella come over and we got talking about old cars, and he's got old Holdens and stuff, and he actually told me of a location of a Falcon coupe sitting in a paddock amongst other cars. Like, it's been there for years. It's probably total rust bucket, but yeah, I said, what, you reckon you'll sell it? He goes, no way. People have been trying to, but they're out there. There's plenty of them around, but must have been, well, if it was a worthwhile demand, they would have made more sections for them, I suppose. I don't know, but I suppose there's a lot of people with old Holdens and Kingswoods around. The demand's pretty high. All fixed, no more rust holes. So I'll flip her over now, and I'll start. Yeah, something else I'm going to do. I'll show you. When I was fitting this boot on the car, and I was trying to get the gaps right, I noticed, and the gap there between the panel behind the back window and this edge, it was really difficult to get them to not get really close to each other. And I noticed there's plenty of flex in this area, so I'm thinking what I'll do while I got this skin off, I'll make a section that goes in here like that, so this profile here, and that'll help tie this area in with this, so it's less likely to bend there, because it's obviously got bends in it and that. So I'll make a little section that goes across here, another one there on both sides, and that'll help to stiffen it up that little bit. At the moment, it's all right as it is, but over time it's probably going to get worse, and I can't keep on taking the skin off. Don't want to do it again. It's a bit of a mission, but so I'll do that now. I'm just going over these edges because the other side was all right, but this one here, the edges are a bit funny. Not too bad, it's come back really good. Yeah, the camera's wobbling around a bit. Getting ready to use the primer. So I've got these different types of fluid tips. So I had a 1.6 in it. So I just swapped it over to 1.8. So yeah, put a 1.8 in it because this is it's pretty thick. I haven't got reducers, so I reckon a 1.6 is going to struggle that little bit. Got the panels ready. Got the little reinforcement things in place. Epoxy is now on. Just gotta wait for it to dry now, and luckily it's not even lunchtime, so I'll leave this for a few hours now. Just let it sit in the sun, what's left of it. Cloudy. Yeah, it's looking really good. Next door neighbour's got his pilot's license, and every Sunday afternoon he either flies an aeroplane around here real low, or today he lands his helicopter in his backyard. Unreal. You don't see that every day. I've got the boot back on the car, and where I put that big round weld patch in, the metal was a little bit like out of shape around it, where it's warped. What I've done, a while back I bought these paintless dent removal tools. Probably see a little bit there. I've got the camera set up. I'll show you after it, but there's this dent here. It was pretty nasty. It looked like something had something really sharp and hit it hard. I've knocked it out, but the trouble is I've knocked it out too far, which doesn't matter. I knew this was going to happen. So what you do, I've got this tool here. I don't know if you can see it. It's like I bought this paintless dent removable tool kit off eBay, and it's under $200. So I thought that was pretty good. I've used it in the past doing the rear quarters. So what I'll do now, you can see it's really difficult to see if I get the camera in good, but there's a high spot right there. So what I'll do, I'll just carefully get this paintless dent removal tool, and we'll see if we can knock it out. Just like that. It's that easy. I know a lot of people aren't very confident when it comes to getting dents out of cars. They this car, I noticed whoever done the passenger side's got side swipe damage really bad. So rather than trying to knock it out, they've just bogged it up. So literally up to 2 centimeters of bog in one spot. It was unbelievable. So what I've done, you just got to knock the dent out best you can. And then you then you can use filler, but you don't have to use much. If you knock it out enough, although the metal might be stretched, you can knock it out to a point where you don't need to use much filler. So that's what I've done here. That hole there was it's good 4mm deep, easy. Now it's like lucky to be 2. So I think that's the idea, like just trying to use as little bog as possible, and do the best you can to bring it back to its original shape. So there you have it. Boot is now back on the car. It's looking pretty damn good. That's where the metal was stretched, all out of shape. I brought it back reasonably good, but I'm gonna look. The paint's barely, I gave it a quick coat of the Raptor epoxy, and it's not really dry. So that spot there, it's a bit of a high spot there. I've got to go over it, but overall, I'm pretty happy. You can see here, it's a bit sticking out a bit, But what I can do, you can see it here, it's a massive gap. So yeah, it's just I've just got to tinker around with it a little bit. But all is good. That was solid. Oh, 2 days work. See, it's a bit high there too. Could knock that in. Actually, it's a little bit low here. Fix that up. All good. Yeah, definitely a lot of work in this car. It's paying off now. I'm starting to get to the point now where I can look at the bodywork, which is awesome. So yeah, right, I'll wrap it up this video, guys. I'm just putting the video how it is. Like, I'm just filming as I'm going. I'm not really editing much. Just struggling for time. So yeah, righto guys, I'll put another video up soon, but thanks for watching.